Leo, hey, this one's for you, okay? It's Tarot Illumination with your love and relationship report for July 2017. And that's you, Leo. So let's just get on with it, okay? Please, I suggest watching the introduction video for the whole playlist. Also, if you want to go deeper, please watch the behind the scenes little video for the playlist. Also, like they do on all these tarot channels, watch for your sun and moon and rising and squish it all together. Then hopefully this little report might make better sense to you in case it sounds totally wacky on its own. So another thing is there's no reversals, no flyers, no jumpers, no oracles here. It's just really stripped down, just a general report for little tarot. You can go deeper if you want, that's possible. But for now, we're just doing a little generic one for everybody. Also, these reports are done mostly from the perspective of a significant relationship that's most likely already in play, where both parties are chosen. It's a chosen relationship. It's not just a default or accidental or circumstantial or just on autopilot. It's deliberate, it's chosen. Now also, some people have asked, is this any use if you're single? Well, from the Tarot Illumination perspective, yes, it's useful because either way, single or together, you're radiating energy that includes the energy of relationship. And because we all have to relate to each other at some point, some way, somehow. And so you can be radiating the energy of relationship and attracting the kind of energy that will appear over here in the other, even though they might not be embodied in your world at this moment. And just interpret it that way, like an as if, okay? Also, with these reports, it's about the crucible being the structure of the relationship, and that there's yourself, there's a significant other, and there's the relationship itself, which has its own unique identity. Hopefully, in a healthy relationship, the crucible is very strong and can withstand tremendous alchemical pressures as the two parties go through their own spiritual evolution and healings, okay? Even though that might not be your outer intent for the relationship. You might be focused on babies or careers or houses or barbecue weekends, who knows? But let's just take it we're coming from the perspective of having a separate entity for the relationship. Okay, here we go. Cards were already well shuffled in advance, but we shuffle right up to the very last second live for you. Here is your cut. It's a big, fat, weird one, just to break up the energy. And here's how we're going to go. Let's say this is your energy. Let's say this is the other energy. This is going deeper into you, deeper into the other. We're starting to look into the status of the relationship itself here and the momentum coming out of it over here. And in the background, we have what I think of as just weather. It's like supporting energy that's out there, that's around you, and it's up to you to make the best of it. It's just like weather, good weather, bad weather, you just have to make the best of it. So you have the Ace of Cups. So this is a golden opportunity for you, Leo, probably more likely towards the end of the month when Leo energy really starts to kick in for real. So the Ace of Cups, it's the energy of divine opportunity. So you might not even be aware that it exists, that it's out there. But if you are aware, then it's almost like your obligation to grab this opportunity. Otherwise, it's almost like you're throwing away a beautiful gift. And why would anybody do that? But people do. So let's just say that's very supportive for you in the area of loving relationships. So let's have a look, dear Leo. What's going on with you? Where are you? Whoa. Okay, well, you might be feeling like you've got it all, Leo, in some way, form, or other. Maybe there's a sense of marriage. Maybe there's a sense of fullness, of like maximum abundance, where this isn't just like a fly-by-night thing. This isn't just like aimless dating or just hooking up for thrills. You might be feeling that at some point or in some aspect of a significant relationship, you're getting a sensation that you've kind of got it all. It's like the stuff that really counts, like the long-term legacy value, where you can feel like you can really trust in the other and the other trusts in you, and that it spills over into your environment to the point where it has legacy value for the long term. In other words, it's a relation of substance. You are related, you are radiating the energy of substance. In other words, it's like if this is your energy, Leo, male or female, younger, older, single, paired, whichever, this would, like, say, radiate the energy of just pure raw abundance of having it all. It doesn't necessarily mean you're in love with anybody or anybody's in love with you, but it's having the abundance and the substance for what really counts in a relationship, especially if you're wanting things to endure for the long term. Uh, it's almost like you consider this, it's almost like, what do they call it? Generational wealth, where you might be feeling very wealthy in your relationship. In other words, you might really feel the value of the relationship itself, the partner themselves, in relation to you, where combined, it's all quite substantial. Now, I don't know if this is going to apply to everybody. Some of you Leos might be having a horrific time. You might be wishing you had all of this. So we have to allow for that in this general reading, okay? But let's just say it's something you would wish for. In other words, it would be great to have it all, like the right mate, the home, the family support, the conditions, the sense of security and stability that comes with all that, including maybe yourself or mate who has a really good job or something that's stabilizing to the relationship so that it can endure for the long term. And it can be shared with your significant others as well. It isn't just about you and another. This is energy that spills over. It's like you have, there's enough substance going on where it's like, being part of almost like a community where you could almost be like an anchor relationship, so to speak, where other people can identify you, Leo, as the anchor of a relationship where you have got it all, and other people are almost like jealous to some degree. Or if this is what you're wishing for, then it's sort of the same, because it's like you're creating the opportunity for an abundant relationship on the awareness that deep down you might be sensing that the love is there. It's out there and it's for you. And you want to bring it down to earth. You want to stabilize it in a way that's rock solid at an equal in an equal amount. In other words, this is tremendous opportunity for big love to flow into your life in a very natural, healthy, abundant way, literally like a fountain here. And you might be sensing that and making deliberate decisions to like lock it down so that it isn't just a romantic novel or like a movie type situation where it's just fantasy and wishful. It's like, this can be real. I want this to be real. I deserve to have the real thing. I'm going to get it. I need it. And I'm going to own it. And that's just how it is. So in a significant other, what's going on with them? Redemption, reconciliation, healing. So almost like a chance of starting all over again. It might be that you're dealing with somebody, a significant other over here, in the context of this relationship, where they are feeling like they have a second chance. Like if something did go wrong, like really catastrophically wrong, and this might be a time like in the July season coming into August, where there's a chance for a complete reboot in life. Like if there was something very treacherous that happened, which completely threatened this, possibly even had the chance to destroy the stability of a really otherwise healthy relationship. And that does happen. Some people are so lucky in love and relationships, they start to take it for granted. And then they start to they start messing around and thinking, oh, it doesn't matter, I'll get caught, I'm totally safe and secure. And then they realize, uh-oh, that's not how it works. So that can happen. So Leo, with a significant other, if there has been if there have been circumstances where a significant other might have strayed or betrayed, or in their own way they might have suffered suffered not being able to become their full selves, and they're feeling like in the context of this relationship with you right now at this time, they have a chance for redemption and healing to start all over again, like wipe the slate, totally wipe the slate, and start from fresh, like a complete reboot. It could be as simple as like maybe you've got it all already, Leo, and the love is there and everything, but it might have gone stale and it needed to be rebooted. And this is an opportunity. It feels like there's the opportunities here because it's like the environment is swimming in love. Doesn't mean you're going to own it and have it, because you have to take the opportunity, you have to understand the energy, and then bring it into the relationship in very tangible, workable ways. But let's just say you are doing that. You are sort of radiating the energy of maximum abundance, which includes having a good, solid, healthy, happy, long-term relationship. And you're relating with someone who is very appreciative because they might have been going through hell in their own way, shape, or form or another. That I don't know. I don't know what it would be in the context of this relationship, but this is very, very, very good news for them in that they have an opportunity for their own redemption. And that might be just personal and private with themselves. They might, because this significant other is an individual, and you're an individual too. And we're conducting this reading in the context of a significant relationship where there is a structure, where it is a chosen relationship. And each parties are going through very different experiences themselves in very big, significant ways. Luckily, in an environment that is blessed by love, because it's there. If you want to tap into it, it's more than there. It's more than enough. The fuel is there, so you might as well use it, okay? And it seems like they're determined, or it's almost like they feel blessed, so to speak, because this is energy almost like coming at them. It's like if their energy is down here, over here, where they are like totally naked and revealed and exposed for all the best of themselves and all the worst of themselves, and they are loved and accepted anyway, and it's being expressed very clearly like this is blessed from above, yay, yay, yay. That's cool for the other party. It's almost like, oh my God, I can't believe we survived this. If there was something really horrible that happened and you're coming through the other side and it's okay, that's amazing. That's amazing. That's literally the healing power of love in action. So let's have a look deeper on what's going inside of you, deep Leo. So, okay, there's some really strong energy happening in your reading, Leo. We're already up to, a massive Ace of Cups, and we've got two major cards, two major arcana very early on in the reading. So it might feel to you, Leo, in the context of this relationship that, well, this is exactly as it should be. This is happening in a very, let's say, fated way. This is the Wheel of Fortune over here, which sometimes can make you feel as though you have absolutely no say in matters at all, because it's just all happening to you, as if it was so-called fate. But it's also, if you look at it like going deeper inside of yourself, Leo, let's say this is inside of you, and you're contemplating the energy of destiny and fate in the context of this relationship. You might be feeling like this is a destined relationship, and sometimes that can be disorienting because sometimes a lot of people like to feel they have significant say in the relationship, and then to discover that you feel like we're just being swept along. Like, do I have any say in this at all? Am I just being like just there for the other, and they're getting to enjoy everything at my expense? And so they get redemption, and that's great. And I'm very generous and kind and forgiving, because if they have strayed or wandered, and I'm willing to forgiveness, that's a very loving gesture. And if that's all happening in a way that's almost feels like it's fated, that could make you kind of really like make your head spin a little bit. And also with this wheel of energy here, the fortune, it can spin around. Okay, I don't read reversals, but sometimes you can feel as though there's a lot of ups and downs happening in the relationship where, you know, okay, Leo, so you are very much about the star and the performer and creative self-expression and all that, and enjoying life to the fullest and radiating to the fullest like a classic Leo would do, without any shame. So that's wonderful. On the other hand, uh, to feel as though it's happening where you're not in charge and it's just fated, that probably wouldn't sit very well with Leo type ego energy, because Leo ego energy can be very strong, and it's appropriate for Leo to be strong in that way, because a lot of people take their guidance from Leo's light. And so if inside of you, you feel things are very fated, just understand that the energies of the universe are still working for you, however it works out, for better or worse, from your perspective. The energy is always there for you. It's always, always working for you. You might experience a down period, might come back to an up period, but still, the energy of the universe is always working for you. This Ace of Cups didn't land here just by accident. It's there because you deserve it, and you have attracted this into your life. So the question is, as life always comes down to decisions, what are you going to do with this? Now that this energy is here in your life and you have an opportunity, are you going to let it all just, you know, just randomly occur according to the fates? Or are you going to take charge and make healthy decisions about, how this can unfold? So you don't feel like, the relationship is steering you. It's like you're committed to the relationship and you own it with a significant other. And it's a responsibility that you both carry, hopefully for the best outcome. You could feel that you just got really, really lucky. Just, I'm feeling awesomely valuable and wonderful in myself. I deserve the biggest, I deserve the best. And as luck would have it, it seems that's what I've got. However, with this other over here, they might be having a very different experience inside of themselves. So like from your perspective, it might be like, I've done okay, or I have a chance to do okay, or maybe we can work this stuff out if it was really bad and now we're fixing it and getting back together. And they are redeemed, they are being redeemed, they're going through their own reconciliation and redemptions. They might be working very hard to reconcile with you in case there has been a lot of damage, and they want to get back to equilibrium so that the wheel is on top again, so that the relationship is solid and healthy. So, again, but these are very strong energies. And so it might feel as though like the experience of the relationship is happening in a fated way, which may not sit well with you, because it seems, Leo, that you'd like to have things locked down in a very stable way right now, where you don't feel like you're at the mercy of someone else's massive evolutionary challenges and leaps and bounds, and the forces of nature impeding in every way, shape, or form from every angle. I mean, remember, astrologically right now, we're under extreme pressure from a massive T-square that's happening. But also, Leo, please understand there's a massive fire trine which is working very strongly in your favor, especially with the Leo North Node, the evolutionary path for the whole planet. So you might be tuned into something really awesome. It's almost maybe like a little bit, you might be so tuned in that it feels like you're just on the crest of a wave and it's working for you, but it's almost like, whoa, is this actually happening? Let's say if it's really good. Let's have a look deeper inside the other. Wow, look at all these are majors. What's going on? Okay, so uh, Leo, with this significant other over here, with their energy of redemption, reconciliation, starting from new again, they might be coming in. Perhaps they've come from another old relationship and they're entering with you in a significant relationship now. And it's almost like a dream come true for them. Like deep down, they might not be expressing this very, very openly or loudly out in the open. This is very deeply internal energy for the significant other. This could be extremely healing. A lot of readers see this card as a very powerful card of healing, where there's a chance to, now that the energy of love is available to the relationship, it's out there, it's in a flood, it's fully out there. As much as you possibly need or want is there and available for you in the context of your relationship with a significant other, where the relationship is being conducted in the environment of a chosen crucible that can withstand tremendous pressures. And it might just be that you might have had to be enduring, Leo, some tremendous pressure through or from a significant other, to the point where the significant other was like almost out of control in a way that they were just living through fate, so to speak, and things got really very, very close to the tippy edge where it could have been just disastrous, but it's actually coming out, looks like it's coming out for the good. And deep down, deep inside the significant other, they were praying like and hoping that this would actually be what happens. So it's like maybe they're hoping that, let's say, your energy, let's say if it's fated, like let's say they're at the mercy of your fate. Their let's say their fate in the context of this relationship is very much at the mercy of your perspectives and your decisions about how much you value the relationship and a significant other. And they might be praying that they get redemption, reconciliation, and healing, and a chance to start all over for real, but doing it properly this time, where it is fully infused with love, as opposed to what might have ever been previously a lower frequency type of relationship that was ultimately not satisfying for you because you want the best and you deserve the best, okay? In other words, you, Leo, have decided, I'm not just going to leave everything up to fate. We're going to take charge of the situation, and we're going to allow for a significant other to go through their convulsions and reconfigurations and complete reboots in life. And deep down, you might not be aware of it, the other significant other is praying, literally praying for your forgiveness, praying for your acceptance, praying to be loved and valued by you. Okay? So let's have a look more towards the status of the relationship itself. In other words, this is your energy, this is their energy, this is going much deeper inside of you, much deeper inside of the other, but you share this relationship, especially if it is a deliberately chosen relationship. It has a structure and a life of its own. The energy of the relationship is its own thing in which you are conducting yourselves, living through your own experiences. So what's the status? Okay, maybe there's this is like freaky fated type energy. Maybe there's a marriage kind of thing going on here. Maybe, dear Leo, or like an engagement or something. Maybe, dear Leo, you're feeling like you've scored and you've got healing and reconciliation and chance to restart in some way or another. I'm not going to get into too many details like, oh, was this a divorcee who's come back and they've come from another life where things were shitty, but now I don't want to go into that stuff here. I'm trying to keep it broad and wide and talk about the energy. But sometimes the Hierophant card can indicate locking it down, putting some order and code into the context of a situation. Now, because this is a relationship reading with the idea of a structure, an established structure, like a crucible like a marriage, then it could indicate that you, dear Leo, may be considering the energy of marriage with a significant other who's been through a tremendous amount and is deeply praying and hoping and wishing that things work out for them with you in the context of a significant relationship, to the point where it could include marriage, or maybe an engagement, so to speak, where you have it all, where you do have the happy home, the happy family, and the marriage, the barbecues on the weekend, the friends and the families and relatives, and the long-term stability. So that's kind of interesting. I was caught off guard there, Leo, I have to tell you. And I'm kind of, as your reader, I have to tell you, I'm kind of overwhelmed by the number of Arcana cards here, because it does feel like it's very fated in some kind of way or shape or form. Nothing good or bad about that, but sometimes people don't like to feel like things are fated. They like to feel as though they are in absolute charge and they make all the decisions about what happens and how they work out. So in the context of this relationship, it might just be, dear Leo, that you have a very good solid grounding and understanding of who you are, what you want, and how you want to live your life. And you've been radiating that so strongly that the energy of the universe has responded accordingly and given you what appears to be a fated circumstance. But it's actually a circumstance that was generated through the laws of attraction on a full understanding of the healing power of love and what it actually does and how it actually works, to the point where even if something really horrific was happening with a significant other, even if that was in the context of yourselves and a relationship, there is a chance for redemption and healing and hope that could start all over again and rekindle things, to the point where it's even worth talking about engagement or marriage. Let's lock it down, people, kind of energy. Formalize this between ourselves and each other and the rest of the world. So there's no ambiguity, okay? Now, where does that lead things? We don't know. Doopy-doopy-doo. Look at this. Okay, this is freaky, Leo. This is freaky, okay? You can reinterpret this however you want. You can get other readers to read this for you, however you want to do it. Read for your sun, moon, and rising. Read the introduction video. Read the behind-the-scenes video. And this might make more sense, because it's kind of a big deal reading. I know this is like Leo season coming up, but we're in July here, okay? By the end of July, the Leo season is really going to kick in for serious, and we've got all the eclipses and the North Node energy being triggered. So yeah, Leo, you might want to watch the Leo North Node reports for Leo. There's a whole playlist on Tarot Lumination for the Leo North Node, by the way. So anyway, in the context of this relationship, it might indicate that the relationship, this, Leo, this is your reading. It's not a couple's reading. This is your reading, Leo, about your relationship with a significant other. So in the context of this reading for you about yourself in this relationship, it's like, if, let's just say it is about locking it down and stabilizing things and having a wish come true from the other's perspective, and it turns into an engagement or a marriage or a legal contract of some kind, this can be very, very empowering for you, dear Leo, especially, not just the relationship itself or for the significant other, but for you, this could trigger like a deep down feeling like, this is what I wanted. I'm going to make this happen. And I am now fully tuned in to my like highest self. Now, the thing about the magician energy is that it can be very, let's say, fickle. In other words, it's just raw power here. It's just raw energy of manifestation. And like if marriage is your wish, dear Leo, and it's their wish for a significant other, and it looks like fate is leading you to where it's actually manifesting, then that would indicate that you are in tune with the, the energy of heaven here, what I would call love, pure love energy, the healing power of love, and bringing it in to the point where you are seeing the signs around you. I'm not saying this is getting married right now, but it's the energy of marriage is starting to become apparent in a chosen relationship, where it's the vibration is strong enough where let's just play around. Like you're getting this love energy, and it's resonating to the point where you feel like, yep, I'm getting the affirmation that I need. I'm the Leo in this relationship, and I'm seeing all this fated stuff, so apparently fated stuff, which I'm actually secretly knowing that was caused through the laws of attraction, because I understand how they work. And everything that might have been loose and wobbly at first has started to manifest into something that could be really quite lovely, quite substantial, sometimes called a marriage. And the signs are strong enough to indicate that you're determined to make this happen. This is a card of manifestation, just grabbing all the energy, using every tool and facility and resources in your world, in your life, in your environment, and making a decision to make this happen. It's like, the magician's wand kind of thing. So it's like, okay, so this is energy of the relationship itself. So the relationship could be manifesting in a way that's very evident, that could be good for both parties. Let's just say it becomes formalized and it's something like what you want and would value. And the other person is like, oh, thank God this has a chance to work out. But this is your reading about you in your relationship. So I'm interpreting this as you are deciding to take advantage of the situation, read the energy as positive and exploit that, and turn this potential for getting to lock things down and turning it into something for real, according to your desires and wishes. Okay, so I see this as really good news. I'm just going to put this up here for your viewing pleasure. Let's put it over here so that you kind of get the full view, and you can watch this again. Watch this in alignment with the other readings, okay? So that it might make more sense, because this is very, very positive. Sometimes I don't get readings this positive, but it's also very, very fated. So a tarot illumination, you might be a Leo who's having an awfully shitty time, but we don't know that. Your intentions might be still good to have a wonderful time anyway, and invoke the energy of love, the energy of heaven into this life, into this relationship, which would be good for both parties because the energies feed off themselves. So I don't want to say anything more because I might spoil it. So let's leave it at that. You can reinterpret however you want, hopefully for your best use. Okay, so well done, Leo. Have a super July. Please make the best of it, and we'll see you again in August. All right. All righty. There we go. Thank you.